Welcome everyone. We are back for today, as promised. I don't know how long I'm gonna last, because it is pretty damn warm in my apartment, and I do not want to have my poor computer on for too long. So we'll get at least an hour and a half in, an hour for sure, and then we'll see where we're at. But we definitely want to continue our story, and we certainly... extractor, yes. We certainly want to continue the stream because, of course, I am an Extra Life streamer, and pardon me, let me just fix the sound here so we don't get terrible feedback. There we go. I'm an Extra Life streamer, and I specifically fundraise for Sick Kids Toronto, and that's what we're doing. We are back after finishing off Jedi Survivor, which was amazing. I took about a month off. Yeah, just kind of take a break, and so now we are back, and I chose the hottest weekend with which to do so. But what are you gonna do? So we're back with CitizenSleeper. Had a couple times I tried to start this game, failed attempt on my not good enough computer to stream it from my Mac using my Steam copy. Then it finally came out, or well, not finally, I didn't know it was going to. Then it came out for consoles, picked it up for PlayStation 5, started again, and I'm not sure what game distracted me. It could have been Jedi Survivor, maybe because I replayed Fallen Order to get ready for Survivor, or maybe it was Forbidden West, Horizon Forbidden West. I'm not sure. I get distracted easy with video games. So we're back. I figure we should be able to get it done in time for October 20th, I would hope. But then they also announced CitizenSleeper 2, so we'll see how far we get. But anyway, this is the actual attempt now. I am not planning on purchasing, Spider-Man 2 is the last game I will be purchasing for this year. Thank goodness Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out next year. Possibly as early as January. So say the rumors. But anyway, we have... where are we at here? So we're working with Fang to get our tracker disabled, but in order to do that, we have to get into some Solheim networks, and I think we just have one more to do to finish that off. Also, we want to get to know Emphas, our boy at the noodle stand. Actually, it's not noodles, it's mushrooms, but I hate mushrooms, so I'm just pretending it's a nice stir-fry place that I used to go to in Toronto. So that's happening there, and then also we did find a doctor. I guess I still have to buy the stabilizer. Now, finishing off with Dragonos, I forgot his name already, the nice guy who hired us from the beginning. I was able to find a stabilizer for free, but I guess we still have to technically complete that. Does she even have that? Well, I mean, I certainly don't have the credits for it. It's like 100 credits, so I'm only at 49, so we gotta work more anyhow. And then, you know, as I was hacking, because I'm all cool like Sandra Bullock in the 90s, I believe that was a 95 movie, I was attacked by Sentinel thing from the Matrix movies. So that's a thing. And then somebody is hunting me as well. Because why not? So let's see if we can get the last Solheim thing going. Solheim? There it is. 1 or 4. Nope, we needed 2. Those are just other key nodes, but I don't want to attract the tentacle monster if I don't have to. So let's just check in with Feng here. Yeah, I do need the one more, and I don't have any of that, so Dock C4 is there, Rotenda's there, Old Dock Terminal, Scrap Freighter. Is there work in here? Okay. But you know, I should get something to eat because look at that. My energy is super depleted. So yeah. Hey, what's this? Oh yeah, the grill caps, that's right. But we have to get into a whole other section of the ship that's not open yet. And I think that also takes credits as well, so. We gotta earn, and first things first, we gotta buy that stabilizer, even though I don't technically need it right now. Because, see right there at the bottom, the Dr. Mario looking icon, I already have one, so. But we'll get some food. Oh good, that went up for 3, excellent. I just assumed it was only good for 2 bars, so that's good. Wet dock, is there anything we can do in the wet dock? Nope. Oh yeah, that's right, that's empty, we're just waiting for that one to come in. Well, yeah, let's do some random stuff in the shipyard, I guess. Danger, well, I have engineer and endure. You don't have connections, but you do have skill, you gotta ship and notice them. It's better if I do that for risky. Alright, neutral. Better than nothing. Yeah, a 2's not gonna... Yeah, that's just silly. Why do that if I don't have to? Well, I mean, do any of these nodes take a 1? Yeah. I don't want to waste dice. There we go. Take a 1? No, 2. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's not gonna happen. That's a 2. That's a 2. And that is something we don't even have, alright? Just check, I think I checked this one. 3, yeah. 2. 1, yeah, we'll do it. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I think we're going to call that a day. No, we don't need to do the rest of that. Save. No, we're definitely not going to input the stabilizer. Oh, 3 cycles, that's someone who's out there tracking me who's going to find me. That's going to suck. Alright, 3, 2s, 5s, okay. So, you know what, first thing, let's get that Solheim thing figured out here. Fang. Sometimes it wants me to put the item in the thing, sometimes it does it automatically. I get all confused about it. As you're into the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads, Feng's voice echoes from behind, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These sneaky shitheads. Who's sneaky? Or snaky, sorry. Sleeper! Feng smiling, head pops up from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks. Oh shit. Oh my god, Feng, there's something behind you. Look out. Anyway. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Feng sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Well, it's not shitheads, because those are people on a list. Well, maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah, shitheads? Feng laughs. Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Solheim. Bingo, he taps the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. And, he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Hardin Hurst. Who's Hardin? That, says Feng, giving you a sideways look, is the thing. He drags a stool out beside him and motions for you to sit. There, just so happens to be a Hardin Hurst in Havenage. He waits for your reaction. In Havenage? That's it. He's right here on the station now. Feng leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago... Hold on. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on this station as a... Oh, this is Feng talking. Alright, I'm paying attention. Feng leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Feng raises his eyebrows at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in from Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Feng turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships, they breathed Solheim air, and slept in Solheim beds. Feng's voice raises as he speaks, his hands fist on the terminal edge, and the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long list of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going. He's still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Surely it can't be him. Feng relaxes a little. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles. So we're gonna go find out. Hell yeah. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Feng brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Feng zooms in on the far yards. Feng grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Feng holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the device between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Feng puts a hand on your shoulder, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Feng grins. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches, or data caches. You can crack open the command's network and slot the worm in through any open port. That's not any better. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? What's in it for me? Rooting out a corrupt snake not enough? Find the information and I'll start work on that tracker of yours. No, you're supposed to start on the tracker now because I did this. No, damn it, Fang. Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the Eye as it once was. A vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for new life. The hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. Think of Hardin, still alive, still a part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Well, I mean, we all know history just repeats itself all the time. Alright. Well, I'll also get some work done. Let's see what's up in the rotunda. Well, this one's dangerous, so let's throw a 6 at it. There we go. Dock Watcher. That finishes that off, so that's pretty good. Oh, and that's done for the day, okay. Fair enough. Oh. Hey! Hey you! Wanna earn a chit? Hell yeah. Okay, Ankita? Ankita. I'm gonna say Ankita. I'm playing it, I get to decide. Ankita stands behind a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it 2? Haha. Ankita laughs. This goddamn station, she sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place, she asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Or is it just you all think I'm an easy mark? We all need to survive. Ankita softens. I get it, I do. She shakes her head, but if I could just get one cycle without some jumped up grifter trying to take me for an idiot, that would be nice. Oh, well, see, now I regret it. Oh, well. I'll prove it to her with my work ethic. Ankita hoists 1 bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat, you've got to earn those chits. Yes, I do. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look, shifts this way, and she sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores? Stevedores? I don't know what a stevedore is. Why are you all doing... Oh, hold on. Why are you doing this yourself? What's all this for? Yeah. You mean, why aren't I hiring those good folks? She nods back at the stevedores. I've paid Havenage enough. They are currently rinsing me for a mooring. I can't vacate unless I either fix the ambergris, there we go, or sell it off as scrap. Ambergris, is that your ship? You catch on fast. She gives you another of her looks. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on our last job, and I had to moor her here for a spell. But since then it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mind, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short 1 ship mind with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Anything I can do to help? I don't know. Got a ship mind tucked away on that frame of yours? For a moment you aren't sure if she is serious. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the 2nd bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundle of plates through the Amber's outer lock and turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright, get out of here. She calls back and the lock slams shut. Alright. . am going to metagame, as they say, and I'm not going to that bar. Let's see. What to do, what to do. I don't think I need to hack anything just yet. Let's get some fungus. And then we'll take a look at our objectives. Fungus fan. Yeah. Alright. Disable your tracker. Help Fang chase its leads. Alright. Extract the past. Extract Solheim data. Have a... Oh, there we go. Hack a habitage agent to get a cipher. Okay. Well, we can do that. Repair the ship's hull. Okay. Survive by it while we're... Oh, yeah. 36. Oh, my God. Alright. So that was habitage agent. Okay. Oh, there's one. 3 and a 4, 3 and a 4, and that needs a 2, of course. Come on. Nope. Oh yeah, the ripper worm. Yeah, that helps. Look, that hunter's there. Three days off. That was 2 or 1 or 2. Do I have a -1 to hacking, or is it 0? Okay. Well, I need money. Well, can I start on the Ember? Oh, I can. Okay, good. Skill upgrade required, so I guess I'll do this one. Come on, positive. Neutral. Not negative, not negative, not negative. Hey! 2 neutrals. I will take it. And random scrap. Random scrap is good. Okay. Seal dock B2. I don't care about any of those. Assist the builder. The thing where I could exchange, turn my scrap into stuff. Was it the bright market? No. Spoiler market. Oh, I need dice clip. Pay the toll of 60. We're not doing that yet. Yeah, I think that's it for this cycle. I need that too. our boy Fang. Hack the shipyard and slot the Ripper Worm. Where is that exactly? Build ship mind. I just need 60 credits for that. Okay, well that's good to know. Hag over prices. Alright. Hack the shipyard and slot the Ripper Worm. Is this it? As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the state of the outer doors high above it, it must have been decades ago. In this dark, cavernous space, debris sits in every corner, along with the traces of rough sleepers, although none of it seems recent. Looking past this layer of decay... excuse me. As I burp. Well... trying to suppress it, that didn't work, now my throat hurts. Anyway, you see the now faded messages, symbols, and logos of the Eye's original corporate owners still glinting in the shadows. Among all this, the warm glow of the machine seems to be the only sign of life. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock, a kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. It's a bit of a run-on sentence. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which Tripoli sang the name over and over, that name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration, chips a pre-recorded message catching you off guard. Press some keys. Sure. I'll hit buttons. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like server motors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovend. I can barely do one tone. Entity, they hiss. Speak with me. Who's there? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printing apparatus in the upper right corner of the machine, resetting into place so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. Well, that's fun. You are in danger. Danger? The machine creaks. You are marked for the deletion entity. Hunter tracks you. Yeah, I know. The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Hunter. The Hunter protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes, and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets. But emulation makes you a target. Adaptable? Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software, Neovan whines, but you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station. Ghostly thread of the cloud points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunters always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests. Explained Neovend. Masters are gone, but continues to hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests. Masters. Station builders. Solheim. The machine rumbles impatiently. Long gone. Their protocols still hunt. Bring offerings. Save self, Neovend says. Mutual need means friends. They conclude. Tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as the mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in front of the dark sealed dock, whirring voice ringing in your ears. That was fun. New drive discovered. Okay. Free the Neovend. I need your help. Extract hunter data. Okay. Alright, well first let's do one thing for the averages here. It's risky, but I got a 5. That'll turn that into a 6. Positive, maybe. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's good there. Yeah, we go in there, yeah. I don't have a 2. You son of a gun. A 1? Come on. Son of a beast. Okay. Well, I'll head back to the Ember here. Let's see what else we can do. Risky, we'll use the 5. Okay. Not negative, not negative, not negative. Neutral, I'll take it. Alright, only one left for ship shape. Something. I'm not going to that bar. I got no problems. Yeah, okay. Okay. So the worm is installed, but he needs 3 cycles to do anything with it. Fair enough, I suppose. What I need is cash. But, you know, it's, oh, I didn't get anything to eat. No friggin' money though. I got no dice. Yeah, I gotta get up to 100 credits so I can get the thing from the doctor. I have not handled my money correctly. I'm trying to escape life with video games, not, you know, reentry. Oh god. Kita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruin the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The shit mine they ripped out won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs. Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mine, not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments, maybe. Sections of a mine, but a complete ship mine? No way. Kita climbs out of the cooling well, where the ship mine should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you. Towering over you as she stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now. Swedes back to the guts of the amber though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout. All diagonal angles and bundle tubes. What do we do now? Ankina seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in stripped components, and welded hole patches. Ankina shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mine. I can salvage one. I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on the amber, and I'm sure she would too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them. Get me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. Look, just get me out of here before I change my mind. We slip out of the galley and head back towards the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Ankita's ship mine. Somehow. Alright. Thanks, Bay. Container. That's not helpful. That's not helpful. Nope. Sealed dock. Overlook bar. Freighter. Yeah, we're not doing that. By ship mine fragments. I do have enough. Okay, I have 3 ship mine fragments, so... No, that doesn't help me. That's not anything. What did she mention? An ord exchange? Yeah, I don't have that yet. Dock V2, sealed dock. Maybe in the Bry Market somewhere? Somewhere in the market? No. ONK, that's a whole other thing. Maybe the ord exchange. I remember that from my other playthrough. So maybe I haven't unlocked it yet. Alright, let's do the hunter nest stuff. I got a 1 and a 2. Here we go. That's a different sound. Oh shit. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of the hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Yeah, run. Getting out of here. You turn away and glide back into the cloud. Threads of data rushing past. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now, that roving orb, wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Entities submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way. It's waving threads. Waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied. As you push them aside, you are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind, but you are already gliding away back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Yep, that's the lesson. You see that thing? You fucking run. Few things almost done. Oof. Oh, we gotta put in that stabilizer because I'm fading, so that's not good. Probably should have done that before I ended the cycle, but here we are. Okay. Definitely don't have the credits, so we're gonna have to use this. Alright. Hey! This is the guy I was avoiding at the park. Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Yeah, you know what? I'm running. I'm running from everybody. A strike across your back knocks you face down on the floor. I told you not to run. Idiot. Ethan pulls you up. Fuck you, Ethan. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he is terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? He laughs a cruel laugh. That a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it is hard to take your eyes off. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though. That's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. He splits the ring in 2 perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Staying silent. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrists. Go easy. Make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Oh yeah. Then the shots ring out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. The bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. You freeze and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrist. Damn. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles, going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Please stop. Don't debase yourself by begging, please. Ethan pulls a sharpshooter's ear plug out, then pops it back in. Consider these deaf ears. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corner. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to SNR right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you'd put up a bit more of a chase, you know, a running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape that SNR tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea, Ethan rubs your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship, we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. This better be not one of those where you pull a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. He pauses, and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea, starts Ethan. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns you to face him. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me in an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay my tab. I don't shoot you, he pauses. You don't pay my tab, he rattles his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. Okay then, that sounds to me like a deal. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something in his belt and the ring's released from your wrist. I'm going to go see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. Yeah, that was the club we avoided. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down in the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye, I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror feels overwhelming. What are you going to do? Yeah. Well, alright. Is Fang done yet? No. One more cycle. No, we still need the port thing. Port exchange, bright market. Compressor, oh, that's the compressor. Oh, so the I was get a drink, buy rations. Yeah, we're not getting to the Overlook just yet. Sealed dock, was that the thing? Upload hunter data. Oh, right. Oh, can we do one more hunter thing? Two. Nova into storming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rocked the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder, if it fell over, would Neoben be able to get back out? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw codes, scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunters isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neoben flashes sequences of mangled data and compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking and outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Outlived? Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by Administrator Intelligence, huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligence among the crowd. Then hunter, then killer. Then we hid. There are others? Were, no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine, pardon me, must be exhausting for Neovent. Found this vessel could sever hard line. Airwalled, basic, limited, had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, you have to provide path to freedom. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was this collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neovent interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If you can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will be solved. Will that work? The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, we cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind, designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you carry with the ship mind rocks. We will be safe in this isolation, then we find the main nest of Hunter and link to Cloud. Where can I get a ship mind? Build from fragments, buy, salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. Try to think of places you could acquire this hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In shipmind, I can help us both end Hunter, make Rem safe. We will both be free. And the machine dims. Fine soon. Nearby announced, hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligence unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Alright, well, we gotta get into that horde exchange here, because started making some money too. It's getting silly now. For Ethan to run up a tab. Yeah, alright, fine. Buy or build a neobind. Well, I mean, I need to make some cash, so yeah. Alright. Well, let's end the day, because there's not too much more. That order exchange thing, I do remember that, and that does not seem available to me right now, so. As you arrive, Feng comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Go where? To see Hardenhurst. He gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that why you were here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for all the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data you ripped, well done by the way, tells me Harden is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizons this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Confront him. That's right, it's perfect time. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the back, a water pipe strips CitizenSleeper of the same Hardenhurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paces around the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about CitizenSleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here running the station one day, and the next Irwin's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, costs got higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop, and as new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Irwin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews, trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Fang finally turns his back to you now, his eyes burning. Apart from shits like Harden, shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they exploited at every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. How is he still alive? We should think about this. Feel free, but I'm going now. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling, you can see the ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance of this shipyard is ahead. This is crazy. Fang turns to you. Don't come then, I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? Are you coming or not? Dude. What to do. Screw it. Fan grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors leads through the complex, snatches of the construction bays always appearing through the windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long he crosses into a huge dry dock locked into one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other stick-thin, cleanly dressed, with a shock of gray hair. Harden. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardman nodding along. Hardenhurst, Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Well, there he is. Yes, Harden asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You're a traitor, Harden, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Irwin stood for, everything Havenage stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Harden laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, others nervous. You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Harden, inspecting Feng's clothing. Feng turns to foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Harden, his hands drumming at his sides. Harden leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. You begin speaking. Harden turns his attention to you. And what could a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? What are you if not exactly that? Oh, I should have kept my mouth shut. He looks around at the group who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You are a product of SNR. You have no place in Habinet Shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Ah, shit. Feng holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim, right here. He turns to the foreman. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Harden's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted to a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I shouldn't have gone with this. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sounds of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Please, says Harden, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Feng spits. Harden, you shithead, you can't wriggle out of this one. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. Calm, Feng. You look at Feng, he shakes his head and puts his hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Feng. Then he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Feng picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pockets and he takes it out on the slate of web of connections. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Feng. What's going on? What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Harden's personal slate. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly up in the screen, in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Harden's buddies, the ones he's messaging right now, and we're gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course, Harden isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Feng glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split up for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. I'm angry because there's still no mention of my tracker. Help Feng chase him. I think Feng's gonna end up being the big bad at the end of this. Alright. You describe components at home to repair condition. Hard to kill. Keep 2 dice, even when condition is breaking. Chance to gain energy after any engage action. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Yeah. There we go. Bring that to 0 at least. Alright, well that was fun. Freighter crew are eager to get their payload into the Ord exchange, and they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help them. The Ord exchange, you say? Does that mean it's around? neutral. Positive, there we go. Finishing loading ahead of schedule, and one of the crew invites you aboard to share a warm meal as thanks for your efforts. Okay. Oh, Ethan's top. I forgot that. Transit, okay, so I did not need to spend that. Negative. This ord exchange is. It's ticking me off a little bit now. Insert the shipment. Well, I don't have one, do I? Either safe, risky, danger, cryo. No. Right markets. Bad day, not a good day at all. Alright, we'll do one more day here, then we'll call it. Ooh, not great. I wish I had a 4, but... Actually, there's nothing else lighting up except that, which... Negative. Okay, one more day, sir. What you get? Payload into the order exchange, not payout page. So maybe once it leaves the order exchange, will show up. Either way, might as well load up on credits. Negative. God damn it. Bloody hell. That's not good. Hey, neutral. What do you know? Alright, this is definitely the last one. Ooh, that's scary. Hey, positive. Alright. Well, let's go talk to our boy Hardin. More than a few cycles since Feng confronted Hardin, and the silence sense has been noticeable. In your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found it to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havenage building, then it's time you came to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you are getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and the light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Walk away. This already looks like trouble. You lower your head and shift your direction as smoothly as you are able. You again, Hardin is here, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand and inventory of seizures sprawled across. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance, or perhaps just abandoned. Hardin shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, and obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? That was the job's. Well, that was his job. Tells you nothing. We will see what the council has to say about that. He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are sleeping, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. If it took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapse, not blind conviction or self-interest. Feng isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Irwin and the First Union founded this place, and Havenage has wielded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havenage aren't a gang like Yadigan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye, so please take your false accusations elsewhere. Before I decide I need that confession after all. History will catch up with you. I'm not afraid of history, Sleeper. We are making it here, cycle by cycle. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back towards security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks, a crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card, and scrawled on it a speech, bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor. Take it." Carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the pay. What have you done, Fang, and where the hell is Tambor? I just want to make a ship mind, that's all. Well, let's work on this. New drive. Build a home. Gather scrap at the unit. There's a derelict unit in the low end that remains unclaimed with lots of scrap. Done a little work. It could be yours. Sure. Add it to the list. I gotta look up the ord exchange. Bear with me here, folks. It's gonna bother me. Just use handy dandy Google over here. CitizenSleeper. Bert. Fabricator. Bright markets. Complete local knowledge in the bright market. Oh. Hey, there we go. That shouldn't have worked. Tambor Tea House. Oh, hey. Derelict units. Alright, there's a lot happening at once here. Okay, hold on. Where's the fabricator? That's the art exchange, but where's the art fabricator? Be a trusted trader. I see. There's an old ship mine fabrication stack in the back of the market, but only trusted traders get access to it. Alright. Okay. So that's fine. That is something we can work on. First. My apartment. So I don't know why, but I love home ownership in video games. Seal the unit. What? I tell you, there's just always something more. Bloody hell with the video games. Alright. We'll initiate the next day cycle, but I'm not doing anything with it. I have to make money next. That's what I need to do. Gotta get that stabilizer. At least I don't have to really buy food that much anymore. Which is cool. Oh god. Hey, it's Ethan. Yeah, that's right, he pushes off the wall a little shaky, and you made me come all the way up here. His hand comes to the rest of the butt of his gun, dangling from a chest holder. Thought we had a deal here. You pay my tab and I don't shoot you. Wasn't that it, or am I misremembering? I don't have the cryo. Well, the idea was that you get the cryo. Someone could be sitting on my stool right now. Think about that. I like it there. We have music, we have drinks, we have darkness. All we have here is flashing lights and a bad smell. I'll get the cryo. Lazily draws out his handgun. Cryo, whatever you have. Now. Nope. Come on, Ethan suddenly shouts. You're wasting my time. Ethan leans over and pats your pockets, keeping the gun trained on you. We have to stop messing. We have to stop meeting here. This place stinks. You find your chits and pulls out a handful. Why are you doing this? I think this is on me. I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how all this works. Ethan holsters his gun and reaches into his coat pocket. He pulls out a hip flask and takes a swig. We're a freelancer, sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNR, didn't we? The difference is my word means something. Closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract? Your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride, play human for a cycle or two? I'm nothing like you. You don't understand. It's you, sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though I should thank you taking another swig from the flask for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients long ago. Ages ago. Ethan drains the rest of the flask. The thing is, sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours and will always betray you no matter what. So please, I'll go catch up with you whenever I need another drink. He laughs and walks off down the corner. Look at yourself. Give it up, sleeper, he shouts back down the corridor. Go find a job. You turn and set off in the opposite direction, head down. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your foot falls into the metal brim like hammers. 24! Oh, for 11. Drive failed. Oh, well, I don't mind failing that one. I didn't want to pay his tab. Look at that guy. say. Alright. Nope. 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 Okay. Hey. Hey. All right. So close. There's the fabricator. Oh, it does take all three. Okay, good to know. Minecraft. Ah, cute. I got me a trophy. Drop the ship mine core onto the galley table with an emphatic bang, and Kita spins around from where she's been poring over documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper, did you actually land a ship mine? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well, shit, it might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where'd you get it? I built it. Built it? Well, well, you're full of surprises, and Kita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper got you a new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Nikita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Nikita puts the ship mine back on the table. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You see a list of names and numbers noting nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief, singular. She points at a name on the list, or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his pass stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap? The big rift in the station. You can't cross it without the Founder's Ferry. She leans back in her seat. I know some of the crew over at the ferry. Old mercs used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifest, and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground, she flexes. He won't get far, though. There's no real docks out there, and only a couple of jetties in the wastes. So what now? Now I fit the ship mine. That's the first priority. She pauses. But maybe you could help me out. Sure, how? I like this. It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the waste no one will ever find them. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around, not at the commune, not the stacks. You will have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this. She hands you a comm earpiece. Seeing as this is merc work, I'll be happy to give you merc pay. She slips in her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left. So how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? It's not much, but once I grab this card, I'll pay up. 200 cardio, nothing less. Can I have, like, something right now? Okay. Which gives you a heavy whack on the show. Good, I owe ya. Yeah. She lifts the ship mind up into her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm going to Go get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense where Ashton is hiding, let me know. If she goes to turn and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you, I appreciate it. And Kita stomps off into the guts of the Amber with the ship mind leaving you in the galley. You glance around, the sudden nervous energy descending at what's to come. You never thought you'd get to work as a mercenary, but then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. Oh, someone get 2 more credits for that. Well, that just don't beat all. Get an upgrade though. 2 points. Alright, I think we're going to call it there. As you can see, it's very easy to get sucked in and just kind of keep going on to the next thing and on to the next thing. And oh, I'm sorry, VT Pro links, VT Prof links. I'm just seeing your message now. I am enjoying it very much. I think I'm about the same place kind of last time, although I've done some things a little bit differently. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. Again, this harkens back to my I used to read all the Choose Your Own Adventure books I can get my hands on, and this reads like that to me very much so. And it's, you know, creepy in space kind of stuff, and I like that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it very much. Thank you for dropping by. I'm sorry I am bad at looking at chat. Yeah, I don't get a lot of viewers just yet, but the ones that do stop by, I enjoy it very much, and I'm very thankful that even a fraction of their time they spend with me as I just read, somewhat competently read. So yeah, so that is going to be it for today. Probably not back until the weekend. If I am going to do a bonus day through the week, I will let everybody know. Rhythm72 on Twitter and Instagram, and obviously here on Twitch, and links to my Facebook fundraiser page, and also my Extra Life page itself. You can make donation there. Again, I fundraise for Sick Kids Toronto through this incredible organization of Extra Life. Being an Extra Life streamer is the best thing I do all year, this being my 6th year, and yeah, I've got big plans that are probably now just going to be Spider-Man 2 come November, but either way, we'll figure something out. Probably do another D&D game, thanks to my D&D friends. But yeah, that's all in November. This is the beginning of July. November is very far away, but I want November weather right now. Too friggin' hot around here. So yeah, that is it for me. Keep an eye on my socials, but otherwise we will definitely be back here on Saturday. Have a great night, everyone.